Other than enjoyment, if there's one thing that I want you to take away from this video, would be that it's your footwork that's going to separate you from everybody else out here. Because everybody wants to be a great shooter, everybody wants to jump high, everybody wants to do all this impressive stuff, so that's the stuff they practice and train for. But most players don't even give a second thought to footwork. They probably don't even think about footwork at all to begin with. They think it's just you step on the court and you run around and you jump and you do whatever comes natural, and that's good enough. But it is your ability to move around the court efficiently and effectively that's going to separate you from everybody else. When that is an actual skill, not just an ability, but an actual skill that you have studied and then mastered, that is what's going to allow you to have a game that is separate and elevated from your competition. And when you're starting to learn footwork, you have to learn every aspect of the game. Offense, defense, rebounding, working your offense in the post, defense in the post, moving without the ball, chasing down loose balls. Also, I strongly recommend that when you're working on footwork, lose the basketball. Like, you don't want to have this basketball in your hands at all when you're working on a skill that doesn't involve a basketball. Having this basketball in your hands creates the most intense distraction you could possibly have, because when you have this ball in your hand, all you're really thinking about, all you're really concerned with is getting the ball into the basket. But if you're working on footwork, why would you want that distraction in the first place? You should not have a basketball in your hands when you're working and learning footwork for a jump shot, because you don't need the ball for the footwork part of a jump shot. Once you master that, once you master the footwork that goes into a jump shot, but not until you've actually mastered it, then you are going to need the basketball, because you're going to need to know what it feels like to have the ball in your hand and have the extra weight on your body and how to center that and stabilize it and all that. But before that, don't worry about having the basketball in your hand. Only worry about mastering each aspect of footwork. Once you master a certain aspect, then incorporate the basketball. But don't do it to begin with, right? Take one step at a time. Footwork first, then incorporate the ball. After you've gone through all that, after you've mastered footwork by itself and then footwork with the basketball in your hand, once you've done that, now let's move on to actual ball handling. I'm not talking just dribbling, though of course that's going to be the vast majority of what you're going to be doing with the basketball. What I also mean is for you to focus on just having a basketball in your hands whenever possible. Whatever free time you have, you should have a basketball in your hand. Even if you're not on the court, even if you're just sitting around watching TV or whatever it is you're doing, have a basketball in your hand. Just use it, just fidget with it, just spin it, get a feeling for it. I strongly believe that every time you touch this basketball, you are building neural pathways in your brain. You are teaching yourself muscle memory. So just get used to having the basketball in your hand and just fidget with it, use it, feel it, get your hands used to being in, this distance of having, this distance of a, grip when you're holding a basketball. I can go like this right now, and I know that this is a basketball size grip because I've put in tens of thousands of hours of just holding and handling a basketball. The reason we start with footwork first and then move on to ball handling is because that's the way you move around the basketball court, right? If you have the basketball in your hand, you're not allowed to move unless you're able to dribble and handle the ball effectively.